G'day, I'm Wayne, and this is How Do You Do It? In this episode, we will explain the process for submitting a fundraising request, including where to locate the application form on Members Online, how to complete the form, explain what needs to be attached to the application, and where to send it to. The question I often get asked by brigades is, why do they need permission to fundraise? The answer is easy. It is against the law to fundraise on behalf of CFA, a brigade, a group of brigades, or an association without written consent from the authority. Persons caught doing so face a fine of 10 penalty points. As at May 2024, one penalty point is worth $192.31. The same fine applies if you do receive written consent but do not comply with any conditions set out in that consent. This is all covered in Section 102 of the CFA Act. The way the authority gives written consent is further covered in Division 5, Section 62 of the CFA Regulations. This section states that authority to collect funds is in the form of a Schedule 10. We will look at Schedule 10s further in this presentation. Okay, now that we have covered why we need to submit a fundraising request, let's look at how to download the form. First, log into Members Online. Hover your mouse over Brigades Operational and click on Brigade Finance. This is a really useful page for Brigade Treasurers. Now, click on the red square labelled Treasurer's Toolkit and Quick Links. Scroll down the page and look for the section called Donations and Fundraising. Click on the arrow to the right of the page. Everything that now appears underlined on the page is a downloadable document. Click on the first document called Fundraising Application. A copy has now been downloaded to where your documents download to on your computer. Okay, now we will practice completing a form. Locate the PDF file on your computer and open it up. The file is a PDF form that allows you to fill in the required content. For today's example, we will apply for permission to run a sausage sizzle. We start by typing in our brigade name at the top. We select today's date using the drop-down arrow. And we tick Sausage Sizzle. Section 2 only needs to be completed if the brigade is conducting a raffle. There are many conditions that need to be met for raffles, so please seek assistance from your catchment team if you are going to conduct a raffle. We're not going to conduct a raffle, so we can ignore this section. Next, we need to insert the dates that we are going to conduct the activity. So we're going to conduct this activity in May, the 1st of May, or the 1st of July, and on the 2nd of July. The location of the activity is going to be in the local general store. For non-profit sub-entity, tick no. Now we need to type in the purpose of the fundraising event, and for us it's going to be to replace our FCV. The next section is benefit to the CFA and the community, and the benefit for us is going to be assist with command and control at emergencies. Next, we need to insert our current brigade financials. So the amount that we expect to raise is going to be $1,500. Our expenses on bread and sausages are going to be approximately $200. So all up, we think our net profit is going to be $1,300. Will $1,300 cover the whole cost of the project of purchasing a new FCV? No, it will not. So we tick no. Now we need to insert the date of the meeting that was held where the members passed a motion to say that we would conduct this event, because all fundraising events need to be moved at a brigade meeting and passed by the majority of members at the meeting. So that was on the 1st of May for us, and the number of members present were 15, so we had a quorum. Next, we need to insert how much money is held by the brigade currently in its bank account. And we currently have $20,000 in our bank account. Now, this is important. You must also attach in your email a copy of your latest bank statement and term deposits if you have a term deposit. So we'll click attach because we'll be attaching those to our email. Now we need to insert what the current funds that we're holding are actually allocated for, and we've allocated them towards the replacement FCV and for brigade operating expenses. Now, the fact that we want to replace our FCV must be included in our current brigade financial plan, and it is. You must attach a copy of the financial plan in the email, so we'll click yes, it's in our financial plan, and yes, a copy of our plan will be attached. Is the event in another brigade area? If it is, you need to seek permission from that brigade. For us, it is not, so we will tick no. COVID-safe plans are no longer required, so we'll just tick no. Now, Schedule 10s. Each person that is participating in the event needs a copy of a Schedule 10 made out to them that they need to sign. So you need to type in the names of everybody attending the event. So we'll type in the names of the people attending this event. We're almost finished with this form. Now we just need the captain or the group officer, the secretary or the treasurer to sign the form. Now, the way that we sign is using a digital signature. So we'll type in the captain's name. So Captain Koala is going to sign the form. And you just need to put in the date at the end. So it'll be today's date that he's going to sign the form. And we now click in signature if we are Captain Koala. So we may have emailed this to him. We'll click in signature and a digital signature will come up on the screen. If you haven't got one, you can configure one. You can contact Jabazzo if you need assistance with this. We'll continue. We'll pretend we've set up Captain Koala's signature and we'll sign it. And the digital signature is now in here. So that saves having to download, print out, sign the form. The digital signature will suffice. So then the captain can send this to the treasurer or the secretary to sign, or most likely the treasurer or the secretary has completed the form and signed it, and they've sent it to the captain to do the same thing. The rest of this form is used by the district. So this form is now ready to be sent to the catchment team, along with a copy of your brigade financial plan and a copy of your latest bank statements. Before we get to the Schedule 10, I need to point out that fundraising applications need to be sent into the district at least 6 weeks prior to the event starting. This allows time for the district to look over the application, request anything further that may be required, and obtain the relevant authorising officer's signature. Once the application has been processed, the Brigade will receive notification advising if the application has been successful or not. If it has been successful, the Brigade will receive a letter advising of the successful application and a Schedule 10 for each member participating in the event. It is the applicant's responsibility to ensure the Schedule 10s are given to each member and the members sign their copy of the Schedule 10. On the screen is an example of a Schedule 10. The Schedule 10 includes the individual's name and details, the brigade that they belong to, the dates the event is being conducted, the name and signature of the authorising officer of the permit, the date and the permit number. The member who the Schedule 10 is made out to needs to sign in this section of the Schedule 10. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching this episode and would like to see more like it, hit the subscribe button below.